Hey yo, I'm back. So let's have a little discussion. Let us talk about legacy content and the nostalgia train that usually comes behind it when we hear that they're bringing it back. Unfortunately, a lot of times that doesn't turn out as great.
Tigra, I trust you slept well.
We've gotta go! The thing that lives here is home!
I'm excited to meet it! Engage trust!
We have Thundercats Roar, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Teen Titans Go. We got, I don't even know what the current Beyblade series is on, but, God, after the original series was done with the Bay Breakers and all of the OG crew, it just went downhill from there, and there was nowhere to save it. I mean, there was an instance in 2011 with Thundercats where it got a massive cinematic style overhaul. Heavily anime-ish inspired. You can clearly see from the art and how the writing was done, but it didn't catch on, and it got unfortunately canceled because it wasn't making all that great of toy sales. Unfortunately, a lot of why these cartoons exist is solely to sell a toy associated with it. Sad, really, because I truly did enjoy that iteration of Thundercats, and a lot of people who didn't are sorely regretting it now because we're stuck with the travesty that is Thundercats Roar, and let's be real, it's going to get canceled as soon as possible. It's probably already gotten canceled already, but enough about that. Let's talk about how, for some reason, that there's a blatant disrespect and often disdain by some creators when it comes to legacy content. A lot of the times when legacy content falls in the lap of certain individuals, they have no reverence or respect for what had come before. There's nothing wrong with you following your own path and taking your own spin and working within the scope of what you got. But sometimes folks just need to stop. Like, I'm gonna be getting seriously off topic here, but oh my goodness, Thundercats Roar was an absolute train wreck. And then there was that whole thing where it seemed where they were disrespecting, they took a jab at Panthero's voice actor who died a couple of years ago, so there was that too. And then there was that episode where they took a jab at the OG fans, where they had the OG Lion-O show up and the new guy was effectively talking shit about it. But let's just say that it's sad. The current state of Western animation is sad. A lot of the good stuff is usually done by indie creators that you can find on YouTube. Bee and Puppycat is amazing. I like Bee and Puppycat. BoJack Horseman is amazing. I like BoJack Horseman. Even Star vs. the Forces of Evil was good for what it was. Some of the writing got shaky later on in the seasons, but you know what? Whatever. The ending was meh at best, but you know what? Wrapped it up in a nice deep package. Adventure Time was fantastic, shaky in the beginning, and then it just locked itself down tight, and it was pretty much solid the rest of the way. J.G. Quintel's regular show was pretty good. He even has a new series that he's working on with like ABC. A lot of people make the joke that it's a regular show when Mordecai woke up from his dream and he wasn't a Blue Jay anymore. So there's that joke. But it's honestly, it's not in very good shape. A lot of what is left, especially when it comes to Cartoon Network, isn't a whole lot. It's like all of the legacy media, all of the legacy animation that they have is completely irrelevant at this point. I mean, me personally, I would love to see a rehash of SWAT Cats, maybe Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I would love to see those come back, updated, new stories, new art style, you name it. I would love to see that. But it's to Cartoon Network, it's like that stuff no longer exists. There was the unfortunate incident that was the Powerpuff Girls returning, and that was a mess, because really, you're really gonna bring back a show without bringing back the original creator. The animation was ill, the backgrounds was ill, the stories were uninteresting and uninspiring, and it got canceled damn near almost immediately. Go figure. So I guess I'm gonna make this one effectively a short one. Listen, there's a lot of great shows out there. There's a lot of good content out there. But please, please, if you're gonna do something using legacy content, at least show the dang thing some respect. If you show it respect, those people who are gonna be brought back in because of the nostalgia, they are going to bring a whole new wave of people and watchers along with them. And as long as creators have respect for that, as long as people understand this, you won't have any problems when you're bringing back legacy content. Again, bring back SWAT Cats, greatest opening theme ever, one epic guitar riff. Just, Oh, one last thing. Final Fantasy VII Remake is fantastic. It is absolutely amazing, and that is the quintessential example of what it should be when you bring back legacy content, along with Resident Evil 3 Remake and Resident Evil 2 Remake. Hell, even the Resident Evil 1 Remake that they made for GameCube was amazing. And that was pretty much just the entire story, just ported over with some extras. But yeah, if you respect it, you'll go a long way. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Peace.